These ideas going.
Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is, I have no idea. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Henry, and I am back at my new spot. So this will be the second time I'm diving at this spot at Sasamat Lake. So it is, as you can tell, pretty warm and sunny out. It's currently the middle of June, June 19th actually, and as you can tell from behind me, let me see here if I can get that on camera, there's already Santa paddle boarders. There's actually people sunbathing on that dock where I normally dive from, and that's why in the summertime it's hard for me to go dive in that spot, just because there's lots of people fishing, lots of people sunbathing, and what happens when I come up, I just like bring like all this trash with me, and it just smells horrible. Kind of ruins the experience for everybody, so I generally don't dive there in the summertime. But because of this new spot that I found, the last time I just took a straight bearing for the beach on that side. This time I'm going to take a slightly different bearing and hopefully get some new trash. So I think you can understand, right? So if I take a bearing and I'm just scootering, let's say 0 degrees, I think that's what it was, 0 degrees, and I can only see like so far, despite the great visibility, I can only see so far to my left and right, and all I have to do is change my bearing by like 5 or 10 degrees, and now I have a brand new line of garbage that I haven't seen before. I think that makes sense, right? So anyway, I am gonna jump in. This is my launching spot right here. I'm parked up there at the side of the road where it's not legal to park, but Port Moody parking enforcement knows that I'm here, and as well as Sasamat Lake staff knows that I'm here. And this is going to be my launch point. There's my scooter right there. Yeah, I'm going to go that way. Last time I went towards that beach right there. This time I'm going to go that way. So I haven't been consistent with my videos, and the reason being is because my work schedule at BC Liquor has been really sporadic, in the sense of I haven't been pre-scheduled for work. I've just been on call every day, so I've got to wait around to see if I get called. And I have been working lots, but the problem is I never know which day off I have, and then on the days, so I can't really plan a dive. I have to wait until the day of. And then what happens is when I do have a day, it's either been raining really hard and I don't want to dive in the rain, or I've got stuff to do around the house because I've been working. So anyway, it's just been kind of hard, but trying to stay consistent with my diving because I do enjoy it. So all right, this is an absolutely beautiful day for a dive. The temperature was actually not too bad at all. It wasn't overly hot, so I didn't get really sweaty getting into my gear. And the water temperature is actually very, very lovely, although it's normally around 5 degrees Celsius at full depth. But the top layer, about maybe like 12 feet or so, 15 feet, is very, very comfortable, just from the ambient temperature. So immediately I ran into a dead little catfish thing. There's a different name for them. It's not actually a catfish, but same family. So, well, not really sure why it's dead. Maybe it just got really old, but don't like to see dead fish too often. So, he immediately ran into some trash right at the beginning of the dive. This is, I think, less than 20 feet or something like that. And running my scooter here, it's just because I'm trying to cover a monster distance. This is 38 feet, 3 minutes into the dive. Already seen some trash. So, and this is a bag anchor. Somebody must have lost it somehow. Maybe they came detached from their boat or their floaty or whatever they were using. So when I find those things, you got to empty out the rocks that they placed inside, and then we're good to go. I don't know how many of those things I've found over the years I've been diving. Quite a few, probably in the 20s or something like that, maybe more. And just basically following a line of trash roughly along the bearing that I was on. I don't remember the bearing, but it was just a few degrees off from the previous dive at this area. 52 feet, 7 minutes into the dive. I'm just picking up trash, so let me just do a speed run here so you can see basically what I'm doing is scootering between gaps, and then I'll see a patch of trash and then pick that up and keep going, just creating a giant silk cloud behind me. So it's a fun little speed run. That's basically what it looks like at 800% speed. So found this little square bottle. At first I thought, oh, what a cool looking bottle. And then it just turned out to be what do you call those things? I can't remember. I work at BC Liquor and I can't remember what that name of the bottle is. Anyhow, once I filled one entire bag, it was getting a little heavy, so I deployed my lift bag, put a burp of air into it using the exhaust from my regulator, just taking a few pounds off of this bag so it's easier for me to move. And then seeing as that bag is full, bring out my second bag. These are onion bags that Save On Foods keeps for me, my local Save On Foods. As kudos to them. And then it's roughly starting to time to turn around and go back, because if I filled one can or one bag on the way out, I'm going to fill another bag on the way in. That's sort of my thought process there. So 25 minutes in, roughly 17, almost 1800 psi left, about half a tank or so. And now you can see the light has changed because I'm getting much shallower. You can see both bags are actually full, 24 feet. Pretty much about to do my safety stop there. And then I got into the shallows, and just, you see that shadow there that I'm directly underneath that walkway. So I figure what I'm going to do is I'll just start ready to get out. And I did notice a glint of color off in the distance, so I left the collection bag and my scooter in the shallow there, and I went over to grab the color that was reflecting back at me. It turned out to be a Caribou beer can. And then I found this ID underneath the log there, and I thought, oh wow, this is so weird. And I almost didn't see that because it was underneath the log. So there we go, grabbed one more can, and time to exit the water. Super fun dive. Well, that was a fun dive, and lots of result. As you can see in the video, nothing really extravagant. Let me get out of my suit here, and then I will take you down and show you what I got, weigh everything. Nothing extraordinary. I just got, the only thing that wasn't a beer can or a beer bottle was that bag anchor with a rope. So that's the only thing weird. No sunglasses, no lighters. Kind of out in the middle of nowhere, really. I wasn't anywhere near the floating dock, so there was no vapes, no sunglasses, no cell phones or anything like that. I'm going to take you down, and there's actually more people showing up, and they're all sunbathing on that floating walkway down there. Alrighty, so I just weighed a couple of bags of trash, kind of flipped them to get the water out of it, and got 22 pounds of trash, basically out of this area right here. So let me weigh everything. Off in the distance there, you guys can see there's a ton of people now sunbathing and drinking and whatever on those two docks there, and that's all that trash ends up around those docks, cell phones and stuff. If you guys remember, 10 phones or something like that from one dive last year. Check it out. 22 pounds of garbage from this lake right here. Let me just show you what I got. I've got 103 beer cans, nothing extraordinary. I don't think there's anything like crazy old in here. I don't know, you can pause and look at it if you like. Got 12 glass bottles, plastic bottle, plastic cup, and then I guess the one thing of reasonable note on here is this passport ID that I found, which is weird because it wasn't in a wallet. It was just actually, this is like a US passport ID. It wasn't in a wallet. It was just literally just sitting next to a log completely on its own. So weird, like, because normally these things would be in a wallet, right? Anyway, it'd be kind of interesting to see if I can find this person. So this person was pretty easy to find on Facebook. She sent me this clip of her friend filming her dropping the ID. She was pulling something out of her back pocket from her riding jersey, and her ID fell out, and she was so upset there. Anyway, I'm glad I found her. And then there's that bag anchor that I got there, and that's it. What a glorious day out here. I've got beautiful water behind me. What a fun day to be out. Alright, thank you so much to my Patreon supporters, and thank you for Pacific Pilsner for sponsoring the dive, and Lime Bike Share for dive logistics for coming out and helping me out on various dives. Alright, you guys, Thanks very much, and thank you for being patient, for not being consistent with my videos, my content creation because of my work schedule. So anyway, hopefully as the summer gets busier at the liquor store, I get more consistent scheduling so I know what I'm doing. All right, see you guys next one.